I really enjoy the role. I really enjoy chairing the meetings. I enjoy the challenge of working through the governance issues to make sure that we've got, really strong and resilient governance to support the charity. And I really enjoy the relationship with the director, making sure that we're giving the appropriate support. Part of the benefit of Charity Mentors for me was clarifying the different roles of the director of the organisation and the chair of the trustees and the board, so that we were supporting her without interfering in her work. One of the strengths for me about Charity Mentors was having a mentor from a completely different background. So while I was working in this area with young people, she was from an environmental charity, and there was a huge amount of respect between us. So she didn't know anything about working with young people in difficulties. I didn't really know anything about the background of her environmental work, but she came with huge expertise about how to run a charity and what the role of the chair of a charity was. So that was actually really refreshing. It was very reassuring for me as chair, because prior to this mentoring project, I hadn't really been so clear what the role of the chair was. It was both sort of emotionally supportive for me as the chair in what had, can sometimes be quite a kind of scary or intimidating position, but also giving me, really practical tips to think about ways of improving the charity. We've set up a system of subgroups or subcommittees where small numbers of trustees come together to look at a particular area of the work, whether that's finance or safeguarding or governance issues, and feeds that into the board. So getting the trustees to take a more active role has been another huge benefit for the charity. My mentor helped hugely in thinking about really making the process of recruiting new trustees onto the board very professional, so that we were looking for people with the right set of skills and going through a very rigorous recruitment and induction process. I know now that we've got a really strong team, and with the help of Charity Mentors, we've got all of the areas of expertise now on our board. So I don't feel responsible for what happens. I feel that if there's challenges or difficulties in the years ahead, it'll be very much a kind of shared responsibility by the whole board. Whereas prior to that, as the chair, I really took all of that responsibility on myself, which led to sleepless nights and anxiety and worry. So I think it's been really healthy for me to move down to vice chair, and for the organisation to keep revolving the chair. I don't think there's any particular set of skills that make you the obvious chair. I think it's something that you can grow into and learn from. I really encourage everybody to take that opportunity. I've really enjoyed being the chair of this charity, and I've learned a huge amount through that experience. It's helpful to be a kind of people's person, so that you can get a good atmosphere in the board meetings, and that you can build a good relationship with your director or whoever's running the organisation and their team. But beyond that, I think everybody would bring their own unique skill set, and I think they would get an awful lot from the experience.